All righty. Now Peter's gonna do our toast. I don't see our illustrious Mr. Rickard. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Wine and Dine Spring Fest. Here we go tonight. It is April the 23rd, and we are going to be celebrating spring and the coming and all the events that happen during springtime. You know, the grills come out, the covers come off the pool, vacation time and spring break gets started, and everybody's gearing up to get out, have fun, get to the ball fields, get to the tennis matches, get to the golf course. These are all spring events that happen. What was the other one? NASCAR. Yes. NASCAR. For those of us here in the Charlotte area, home of NASCAR, we have it 24/7, it seems like. So we are here, Junior. And we are ready to go. So we have some amazing cooks tonight. I am going to be doing the appetizer tonight. We have, where's she at? Jen Oliver, who's actually got Alan cooking tonight. He's going to be doing his amazing bacon cheddar burgers tonight. And then we have Miss Linda Horn. She's going to be doing our dessert, which is going to be a peach. I'm assuming that's what she's still doing, our peach dump cake. So all of these things are going to be what we can, or what you would typically see at a backyard barbecue, tailgate party, football game, not football, baseball game, or any outdoor event. You will see some of these items there. The wines we will be using tonight is this. I'm using the Discovery Sauvignon Blanc. Okay. We have the Donna Walker Cabernet Sauvignon. And Miss Linda has the, which one?
Tanya.
Rosé,
the Tanya Rosé for hers. And all these are going to be pairing well with what we have. And because I am doing a salad with a vinaigrette base, Mr. Peter is going to be giving you some information on how to pair wines with salad. So that's going to be your teaching tool tonight, is how you can determine what wine to pair with what salad, depending on the salad itself and the dressing that you're going to be using. So are y'all ready to see what we're doing? All right, here we go. Got a few more people coming in. All right, so if you can see mine, you see that?
Toast.
All right. Oh, toast. Yes, Mr. Peter. Peter or now, whichever one's got a glass ready.
Niall, why don't you do it? I don't have a glass tonight.
Sure, I do. I just happen to have a glass sitting right here. Look at that.
Yeah.
And it's got a delicious Pinot Noir in it. Hi, everybody. What? How many people I missed? I'm sorry. How many of you? All 94 people, all of you, everyone here. We have had an astounding start in this company and this great deliciousness that we put in our glasses every night. But we have so many great things coming. We're blessed, and we have so much to look forward to.
Cheers.
That's it. Cheers.
All right, we need to make Jen Oliver co-host.
I thought she was.
And Peter, neither one of those. All right, so here what I have is I love salads. I love hard salads. I'm not a lettuce type salad person. I like what I call hard salads, which consist of broccoli. I have my cauliflower already cut up, and I like it very fine, thin, little bite-sized chunks. Cucumber. I have mixed sweet peppers. I have red, orange, and yellow. I have carrots diced up. I also have my raisins that I'll be using tonight, along with sunflower kernels, dried cranberries. Okay. And then, of course, we're Southern. We have to have cheese and bacon. And I was going to use a raspberry vinaigrette, but I think I changed my mind kind of halfway through. Now I want to use a balsamic vinaigrette. And what I do, and this is a salad that I use, I usually fix it the day before I want to eat it, so it marinates. And all you do is you wash and clean your vegetables, which I've already done. And you just literally dump them in a bowl. And because this is spring, it's very colorful. And this salad will keep up to 2 to 3 days in your refrigerator. You know, really, if it's just for you, this is something I usually keep and eat around the pool. If it's hot outside and I don't want to cook a meal, this is something I will eat. Pull it out. And yes, I'm sitting on my stool tonight. My back is really hurting today. And then you just dump it all in, however much you want. And I like the cranberries and the raisins to go in here for the simple fact it gives it a little bit of sweet to the tart of the balsamic vinaigrette vinegar. And I put all that in there with my sunflower seeds. And you can do your kernels either before while you're mixing everything, or you can just sprinkle them on the top. Some people use almonds. You can use any kind of nut or seed in this portion of it. All right. And so you see, that's all colorful. It's all mixed up in there. And then you just shake up your, I'm not as creative as Mr. Peter. I'm not a make my own salad dressing type person. Although I might have to try it at some point because his was amazing the last few times he's cooked them. And they sounded so simple to make. So,
really
and then,
are.
yeah, and then you just dump it literally in there and it looks like that. And then I am going to get my spoon and you just stir it all in there. And the reason you let it sit overnight is because your grapes and your cranberries and your dried foods will actually absorb that dressing that's in there. Your vegetables will absorb it. It doesn't soften it up, but it just gives it that extra taste. And you can also, my mother likes to use the zesty Italian when she makes it. The other thing that you can add in here that I didn't put in is chives or the green onions. You can chop those up and put them in there if you like onions. And then I just put the lid on and shake it up. And we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes and you'll come back to it and we'll be able to see what else we need to add to it. So where is Mr. Oliver? How you coming over there?
Good. What do y'all want to see first? I got some nibbles. See down in
Show us your
Louisiana, we gotta
nibbles.
cook a little nibbles for sausage while we're doing our barbecue and cookout. That's what the men folk eat at the barbecue pit. And I got bacon and cheddar burgers going.
Mm.
Those will be ready.
I
pretty
saw the steam coming off of that and my mouth just watered a little bit.
soon. I picked the Freedom tonight because I've just been drinking on it. Y'all said this was about America, and I could think about nothing but freedom and all the people that, you know, gave their life for our freedom. So that's why I picked Freedom tonight, just to drink on anyway.
And the shirt, you show your shirt turn around.
There you
So,
go.
but yeah, come on back and my burgers will be ready, and I got some caramelized onions to go with it. Supposed to be tasty with it.
Good.
I'm
All right.
tasting the pepper with that Freedom heavy. I didn't never taste the pepper out of the wine until I ate that sausage with it. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
All righty.
that's actually one of the reasons Chardonnay works great with sausage.
Man, the pepper come right out of the wine. It was like amazing. I was like, wow. So that was neat.
Good. I'm glad you found that. Okay, let's see how
All right,
Linda's
where's, yep, Miss Linda.
Hello.
Hello, my
Oh.
darling.
This was an easy recipe, but it took a while to bake, so I had to make it up. But what's in it is cake mix, which Linda doesn't use this very often, but it called for that. Always Duncan Hines, yellow cake mix. It took a cup and 3/4 of butter, and I melted that, and then cinnamon. So it called for 2 cans of peaches. I don't like canned peaches. I like fresh ones, fresh frozen. I freeze fruit in the summer whenever it's due. The apples, when the orchards hit, I always freeze them up. So I've got them for pies or desserts or whatever. So I had a couple of bags of peaches, sliced peaches in the freezer. So thawed them out a little bit, but then I put them in a little bit of water and a little bit of sugar and let them boil a little bit. And then it says to drain the fluid off of the peaches. Well, I left some of it because I like the moisture texture. It's $3.50 for 55 minutes. So when it's my turn to come back, then I'll dish some out. And you can serve this with whipped cream, ice cream, vanilla ice cream when it's warm. And this is what it looks like. It's
Mhm.
just an easy peach cake. Okay, come back later.
Linda, have I told you I like cake?
All right.
You
So
like-
spring, he likes cake. We're gonna bring you some. So spring, everybody, like I said, spring is one of those times when, like I said, we want to give you a little bit of trivia every week about our holiday that we've selected. And we did spring. And I got a little bit of fun facts for you. I didn't know this until I researched it. I just thought spring was the 21st every year. But technically in the Southern Hemisphere, spring can go from the 19th or through the 21st, depending on the equinox. I was like, oh, really? I just always thought it was the 21st. So even though we always do it on the 21st, there are people that based on the equinox, based on the solar system, astrology and all that, it could be either the 19th, 20th, or the 21st.
And
I also, go ahead.
Actually, this year it started on the afternoon of the 20th. The 21st was the first full day of spring.
Yep. So see there, I learned something. The other thing is that another fun fact is that if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, your spring doesn't start until, what was it? Where was
8 more
it?
months.
Yeah, it's actually starts in, I got it here somewhere. Ours is in April and through March. Theirs actually starts in February. Some of them start in February. Theirs goes from through November. So 3 months till November. So September, October, November. If they are in the Northern Hemisphere, that's their spring. So because of the way the earth rotates, it's warm on that side when it's cold on our side. So it just depends on where you are. Another fun fact is in Ireland, they actually use the Gaelic calendar. So their spring is from February, March, and April. So they use a whole different calendar to determine when their spring starts. And which is, weird because you would think that they would do whatever that hemisphere does, but it doesn't. They do use their Gaelic calendar. Now, Sweden, for those that want to go to Sweden and stay, theirs is totally weird. That's the only thing I can say about it. They use astrological signs and they also use temperature gauge. So depending on where you stay, the meteorologist will determine the first day that the temperature is warm and consecutive for 24 hours. When they have 7 days of consecutive warm weather for 24 full hours, they will determine spring has arrived. However, if you stay in a different longitude or latitudinal area, and you do not have those consecutive 24-hour, 7-day warm temperatures, you will not be classified as being in spring yet. So you can be in one part of Sweden and be in spring, and be in another part of Sweden and still be in fall or winter. So again, it's one of those things. Everybody celebrates spring differently, how it happens, when it happens. And it's just amazing when you go and look at the thing, things that we take for granted, exactly what entails on how they determine it. Same thing with Easter. Easter falls on based on the rotation, based on these events that's happening, meteorologically, also with how the signs line up, with the way just all kind of scientific stuff determines on when Easter is. So that's why Easter is March one year, end of April the next, kind of in the middle the next. It's never the same day. Or the same time of the year, because it has all these different factors that factor in dealing with, the spin of the earth, the alignments, and everything like that time. So again, just different things that you can look at that we take for granted, that we just think that's the way it's supposed to be. There's a lot that goes in behind scientifically to determine how we celebrate even our, summer, spring, everything.
The science and politics and art of calendars is something that goes back, and there are a lot of weird things have been done over history. I mean, the weirdest probably have been done by the French, who right after their revolution tried a 10-month year, which didn't work out very well. But you were talking about Easter and moving around. Well, my family is Greek Orthodox, and we celebrate Easter on a completely different schedule. So this year our Easter is going to be a week after the Easter that most other people celebrate.
Yep.
So,
yep.
And every year we're used to that. Every 6 years, I think it ends up being the same. But
yep.
It's all based on, it's like the first full moon after the first this in March. And I mean, it's just something I don't
the spring solstice. Yeah, it's all kind of stuff like that. I actually wrote a page on Easter and how they determine it on another page. But yeah, it has to do with the spring solstice. All kind of literally, it's astrological. It makes no sense.
We kept it simple in Buffalo. You know what we did?
What?
It didn't snow for 7 days. Spring is here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the Sweden system, you'd have a problem because it would never get warm enough.
Never get warm. No, but that was amazing to me, is that, and I guess it's because of the way their temperature is, where they're located. But yeah, if they don't have they can have 6 consecutive days. If the temperature drops on that 7th day, they don't have spring. They have to have 7 consecutive days, 24-hour days, to where the temperature holds within a couple of degrees before they consider it spring. So, okay, dokie.
Oh,
so
see, the Buffalonians knew what they were doing.
Okay, now in Minnesota, spring doesn't start till after basketball tournaments. Because right now it's basketball tournament time, and everybody knows that there's a blizzard at basketball tournament, right, Sandy?
Oh yeah.
I thought in Minnesota spring started as July or August, somewhere around there.
Father's Day.
So anyway, Sheila, how's your salad looking?
It's marinating, so you can see them. I just shake it to make sure everything gets coated. So it's real pretty, because I like colors. So it's going to be there once everything gets soaked. The raisins and cranberries are starting to plump up. If you can see that.
Yep.
Because they're absorbing that dressing. And I use kind of, like I said, I like the balsamic because it also adds that little bit of color, because it has that dark tinge to it. So my cauliflower is really coming out. My carrots, it's getting that little coloration to it. And down at the bottom, I'm stirring it. So you'll see me shake it every once in a while just to make sure everything gets coated. I'll give it a little taste here once we get ready to taste it. But it's really going to taste good tomorrow once it sits and everything soaks. And this is one of, like I said, This is something I keep all summer. This is my go-to food. Especially after I dish it out and I sprinkle the cheese and the bacon on it. It's a meal. I come in, been on the garden or whatever, be at the pool. I pack this when we go to the pool, put it in the cooler, and I take it out, and that's what I eat. Because it's hard. I don't have to worry about it getting mushy. I don't have to worry about it getting soggy. I don't have to worry about, oh, let me put my dressing on it later when I get there. I can mix it all together, shake it up in a couple times, take it in a couple of carry-out totes, and I got my meal ready. And because it's a vinaigrette, I don't have to worry about my dressing spoiling, where it's going to give it a bad taste. The other thing is the little grape tomatoes. Some people like to add that when they add their bacon and their cheese. They'll put the salad tomatoes whole on there. I don't put anything in here that's going to get soggy or mushy. So that's why I call it my hard salad, because literally it will stay hard until it's gone.
Yeah, I'd never heard that term before. So I guess that's an original from you?
Well, it's been in my family for years, and I didn't know anybody knew about it until we had a potluck at church when we first moved down here, or moved to the Charlotte area, and I made it, and everybody's like, "What's this?" I said, "It's our hard salad," and I was like, "Oh, wow, okay." So we grew up eating it, but like I said, we grew up on a farm, so this is, you eat what you raise.
Yeah, and I love the salad that you can bring to a picnic. Perfect for our spring celebration here.
Yep, exactly. And that's why I like it for picnics, for outdoor tailgating, because like I said, you can even let it sit as long as it's in a cooler. You don't have to worry about it spoiling, so you don't have to worry about people getting sick, because vinegar basically kills everything.
Yeah. Although people always think mayonnaise goes bad when you take it out in the heat, it's not the mayonnaise. Mayonnaise actually is incredibly antibacterial. It's what's in it. That's what ends up being the problem, and most people don't realize that. Because when you make mayonnaise at home, normally what you're supposed to do is leave it sitting out overnight so it sort of cures. So it's an incredibly this whole idea of mayonnaise going bad is not is more of a
it's the other stuff that's in it.
Because we always put stuff in it that goes bad. You're right. Yep. So
all right, so how are we looking over there, Alan? And then we're going to come back and talk to Mr. Peter about what I can pair with this.
I've probably got another 5 minutes and the burgers will be done.
Okay. What are you dipping on it? I see you're.
That's just some barbecue sauce for my little slather bar. I just
All right.
slather the sauce on there while it's cooking. That way it's sticky. I like it nice and,
Oh my Lord.
All right.
Okay, well then let's talk a little about pairing wine with your salad then.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when we were talking about, salad is a very tricky thing to pair wine with. There's a couple of reasons for it. One is just vegetables, especially that many vegetables. It's a lot for most wines to handle. I mean, you can, but you don't really enhance it by with most wines. Then you have the double whammy of a vinaigrette. Vinaigrettes are acidic. They're often sweet and acidic at the same time. They will steamroll over most wines and make them taste like, what am I drinking? So you need a very bright acidic wine, something that maybe has some citrus notes, and then you want something that has sort of that vegetal, grassiness. And the answer to that one is Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc is beautiful for salads. It's a great way to start a meal. Our Sauvignon Blancs usually have some hints of grapefruit or lemon. They always have a little bit of that grassy note that you get that kind of combination of things that sounds like a salad, and so it goes along with it. It really plays nicely with it. If you want to go somewhere else, something like a Pinot Grigio will work. Even the rosés will work. You want something very bright and acidic. A Chardonnay will probably get lost against a salad, and almost all red wines will if you have. But the other thing to think about is Well, if you're going to open one bottle of wine for your meal, it doesn't have to pair with your salad. You just enjoy it and let it go, you know. So sometimes I'll have a salad, and that's where I love things like blue cheese or Caesar or things like that, which don't have the vinegary quality, but still, sometimes you just drink what you like and don't worry about it. That's the other thing. All these rules about pairing are, you know, the perfect pairing, probably Sauvignon Blanc. The best pairing, whatever you're drinking.
Whatever you're drinking. Because the good thing about this salad is you can use any dressing on it that you want. Now, my husband likes it when I fix it, just the vegetables and mix it up, sprinkle a little salt and pepper on it. My sister likes it with sprinkled with just a little bit of olive oil on it. Because like I said, it's just hard vegetables that don't go bad. As long as they have something cooled and stay covered, you know, you can, you know, keep them in the refrigerator and eat them. But if you want to do a, you know, like a salt and pepper vinegar dressing, if you wanted to do, my aunt makes a dressing with mayonnaise, a teaspoon of vinegar, and a half a cup of salt. She mixes that and pours it on here about an hour before she's ready to serve it and chill it. So it has a sweet taste to it. So again, it just depends. If you want to do a Thousand Island on it, you can do that. You know, whatever you want to put on here. It's just you have your base, your vegetables are your base, and then you decide whatever you want to put on top of it, just like with any salad. The good thing I like about this is, like I said, it doesn't get soggy. So if I want to have a conversation or walk around while I'm talking to people, I don't have to sit there and eat in front of them. I can have my salad, you know, walk around, talk, turn around and eat, and I don't have to worry about it, you know, getting all mushy and hurt somebody's feelings if, you know, they brought it. It's like, oh, I got to throw your salad away because I took too long running my mouth.
I can't imagine you'd ever do that.
I know, right?
Because you don't like to talk that much. I mean, it's
Not at all. I just don't. It's just one of those things.
so as long as we're talking, why don't you tell everyone a little about why we're here while we're waiting for the burger?
Yes. While we are here, guys, like we said, we have shown y'all some of our wines that we are using tonight. They are our wines from our wine club, from our winemakers that are distributed in our wine distribution center. We are a wine of the month club, and we come here every week to discover our new wines. I get the 4 every month, different wines every month. I get the combo pack, so I'll get a couple of reds, a couple of whites, or I might get 2 reds one week, or 3 reds, 1 and a white, or I might get a rosé, or I might get, you know, a sparkling. So I never know what I'm going to get, but I know it's going to be good. So again, discover it. You want to get your palate perfect, not necessarily perfect, but you want to give it a little bit of experience other than what you see at the grocery store. If you drink our wines and then go back and try those at your convenience store, your local grocery store, you're going to tell a major difference. You're going to tell a major difference just from the smell when you open one. I did that, and it's like I smelled it and I was like, ooh, that didn't smell too good. You know, and I smelled ours, and it was because it's almost like I could smell alcohol, you know, literally I could smell the alcohol. I smelled something that was not very pleasing. And then I took one of ours and smelled it, and I could smell berries in it, and I could smell, you know, fresh stuff. It wasn't, I couldn't smell alcohol or, you know, any kind of weird chemical smell at all. And that's the way it tastes. It doesn't have any chemical residue. You don't get the headaches from drinking our red wine because of all the additives that gets put in it to speed up the processing. Our wines are made the way they're supposed to be made. If it takes 2 years for it to age, it will take 2 years to age before it gets bottled. None of our wines gets bottled prematurely just to make a buck. So if you are interested in it, you want to see what it is, just come in as a customer. If you would like a way to make a business out of it, we have that option too. It's a great way to, you know, have a way to discern your palate. Wine's a great conversational place too. Like I said, you're getting ready to start into spring. All the events you have into spring, what's the best thing that you can do when you go to these barbecues, go to these cookouts, go to these functions, go to this wedding, this birthday, this graduation, bring a bottle of wine. What's even better is if you already have it on hand from your own wine club. So get with the person that invited you here. For those of you that this is your first time, welcome. Thank you for coming. We do this every week. We have different cooks every week, different featured wines every week, but get with the person that invited you. They'll have all the details for you so that you can see what we are all about and get started with our wines.
Yeah, and I'm glad you talked about the discovery because we've got some amazing wines coming up. Some recent, Roy spilled the beans on one of them last week. I'll kind of tease you. We had we're talking about Sauvignon Blancs, and that's in my head because we just got two amazing ones. The one that Rory told you about, and another that's coming very soon. And this one, you talk about the time. This is, you always think of white wines as younger, and that's usually the case. But white wines can sometimes benefit from a little age. And we got this really special, few years older than you normally would get, Sauvignon Blanc from Napa that I'm so excited about. And everybody's going to be enjoying it all summer long because this is the wine you want to have. This is going to be the wine you need to have this summer. So.
Oh, man. Are we going to have it in Hawaii?
Absolutely. Of course we are.
That's the other thing about this amazing club, guys. You have the opportunity to win all kind of prizes, all kind of perks. There's probably about 10 or 15 of us that actually just won our paid trip to Hawaii. Never been. I'm looking forward to it. So all from just sharing this amazing wine club. And just, letting people know that there are options other than around the corner. It's delivered straight to your door, so you don't even have to worry about that contact if you're still in the COVID fear mode. But it comes straight to you. You go online, you order what you want. And then if you have a big event coming up, pre-order your custom case. You can order 6 to 12 bottles, custom case. You can go in there and select certain wines that you want and build your own custom case and have it shipped directly to your door and have it for any event that you got coming up, ready to go. So spread the word, come out and let us know what you like. Get with the person that invited you, ask them how to get started. They will be glad to help you and you'll be glad you did.
Okay.
All right, so where are we? Mr.
Well,
Allen.
I'm playing it. All right. I got a chicken teriyaki barbecue burger there. I don't know if you can see where I'm at here.
Yeah, I can see it.
There you
Oh, that
go.
looks good.
And that's just a regular
Beef and cheddar.
bacon cheddar burger.
Just a regular, yeah.
Just a
Just a
regular.
regular bacon cheddar burger. It's not too big or nothing. It's just the right size.
And I see you have my favorite burger wine there.
We're pairing that again with this. We have the little bit of caramelized onions on there too. I wanted to taste that because I seen that in the notes. So we're gonna do the burger first.
Yeah, I love caramelized onions.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Mr. Peter.
I like to make big batches of it.
Well, here did a little bit, not much. Gonna taste this here good. Not too bad.
No.
Not too bad.
It brings out the bacon to me.
Yeah.
It like really kind of not salty side of the bacon, but just the pork taste to like the bacon.
Yeah.
The onions, I can taste the onions good. Those are really nice. I guess we'll try the chicken next. How about that?
Sounds like
a winner.
Hopefully after I leave y'all. But we'll just try them with y'all. And this here Teriyaki Bbq Chicken.
Is this one here?
Look out. It was so good, knocked the knife out of my hand. That's really good. That gives it pulls out the sweetness of the teriyaki a lot to me.
I can see that. That makes sense.
Then it pulls, I think it's got what they call it, the maybe tobacco or leathery taste.
Yep, that's
Of
what,
the wine.
that makes sense. That's what you probably should be tasting.
And
And
that's
there's a
all I
great-
got, is just them 2 burgers with a little bit of sausage and some potatoes, and I'm fixing to get after it as soon as y'all go to somebody else.
All right, so this is what mine looks like, the finished product. Can y'all see that?
Pretty salad.
So, like I said, I love colors. I'm all about colors. Even in my food, I want colors. So then I have my Mexican cheese because I like just a little bit tang to it. And then I got my bacon sprinkled on top. If I had me some pineapples, I would have put that on there too. Sometimes I just like that little candied pineapple there to give it a little bit of extra taste. And I use a spoon. This is a spoon salad. So you can get every drop. Because you do have your dressing that is down there that will literally drip through the fruit that's in there. See how the raisins plumped up and the cranberries just plumped right on up. So you got your extra juices in there. And when you get up in the middle of the night and you want that late night snack, I promise you, get in this bowl right here and grab a cucumber out of it or a cauliflower. It'll get that taste out right there. This is gonna be delicious tomorrow. It's good now. But yeah, I can't wait till you help me figure out how I'm supposed to taste this when we get in Hawaii, what it's supposed to taste like.
Well, we'll have to find some local produce out there. There's amazing stuff.
Mhm. See, out there I can get me some mango and some fresh pineapple, and we can make the fruit one with the mayonnaise and the vinegar and the other dressing, the sweet dressing. Then we can figure out how to make that, because there's a sweet salad like this that you can make with all hard fruit. So we can do that. I got salads for everything. That's good. So where is Miss Linda? What you got for us?
I'm just hanging out over here. My mouth's watering. Mm.
Looks like you got
So-
your audience there. too.
Yeah, that's my boy. He smelled food. You can do whatever you want. You can cut this into squares. It's not real thick. It's just like it's a dump cake. That's the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And the peaches, I probably have more peaches in here than 2 cans. Would have called for 2 cans, you know. Here, you know, nothing is small. We just make it.
That's
I
the right
heard
way
you
to do it.
dump, Linda, and he's waiting for you to dump it.
Yep, he
Who?
heard dump. That's what I'm thinking. He heard dump and he's like, "Where, mommy, there's nothing dumped. Where's it at?"
The girl's out here now. She's looking.
And you paired yours with the rosé, correct?
Kenya.
Mm-hmm. The Tanya rosé.
Yeah, because those rosés have those wonderful fruit, like tropical fruits and summer rich, juicy fruit flavors. That's what you get out of that, particularly out of that rosé. You're gonna get some almost like some guava or mango. You're gonna really like that one in Hawaii. You're gonna get some. Actually, I think we're out of it, so we may not see that one in Hawaii. But you're gonna, and it's just gonna play so nice against it. Peach was, I think, one of the things I tasted there when I first tasted it. So I want to hear how it goes with this cake.
It kind of tarts it up a little bit, Peter. The fresh peaches aren't what canned ones would be. They're not as sweet.
You know what you could do if you ever want to make the fresh peaches are like sweet, sort of like canned ones, but better tasting? Grill them.
Do what?
Grill
Grill
them.
Oh, okay.
I love grilled peaches, and they get a more concentrated flavor. It sort of caramelizes some of the sugars. It creates something you'll never get out of a canned peach.
Pineapple does the same thing, Peter.
Yep,
When you
I know
grill
it.
pineapple, it does the same thing. It's sweeter grilled.
Yep, it is.
I definitely
When
can
you-
taste the cinnamon too. I brought the cinnamon out. It called for 3/4 of a teaspoon. No, I just sprinkled it on there. Probably put a little bit more, but it's really good. It's a good pairing.
Cool, good. Yeah, so kebabs, the grill, whenever you're doing kebabs on the grill, guys, throw some of that hard fruit in there. You'll be surprised how it tastes. It makes your meat taste. The fruit actually will be sweeter. And then when you pair it with your wines, it's just gonna be a knockout.
Or even try a
but-
grapefruit kebab as your dessert.
Yep. Kebabs, we grill a lot. We do fire pits a lot with s'mores. So yeah, this is our season here in my household. We are a grilling family. That's what we were talking about this weekend, because I'm a baseball mom, baseball grandma. And that was one thing we were talking about was the first game of the season for the adult men, and nobody brought their grill. Everybody had tents, and there was like, where's the grill? You forgot the grill. How do you forget the grill? So now when we go to our next season, next game in a couple weeks, everybody will have a grill and somebody will forget the tent. But it's just all kind of things, guys. This Wine of the Month Club is just literally, I call it my discoveries club, because not only do you discover great wines, you discover great foods, you learn new recipes, you learn little tidbits of how to prepare foods. So you get out of the rut of having the same meal every day or every week. Explore some. So explore with your food, explore with your wine. Come join our discoveries club. And you'll be glad you did. We're a big family here. We share everything. And we want everybody to have the same experiences. Get with the person that brought you or that invited you here. And they will be more than happy to explain to you how to not only join our club, but get the recipes that you saw here tonight. Or any night that we were here or any week that we were here. If you want to see some tidbits or get tidbits that we talked about, ask them. They know exactly where to go to get up and give you access to that. So again, I want to thank you for coming. Thank our wonderful chefs tonight. Thank for everybody that was here. Mr. Peter, always a font of knowledge. I corner him every chance I get. So he has been, pairing with me on giving me some good tidbits. And those of you that want to do a business, hey, you don't have to drink it to market it, because you can got all different ways to do it. And I'm one of the ones that do that. But I will be tasting it in Hawaii so I can have the full experience. So yay.
This will be fun.
I'm going to be using all of my notes that I've heard for the last 4 years to pair so I can make sure that I'm as knowledgeable in here as I am going to be in here.
That sounds, yeah. So yeah, looking forward to Hawaii for sure. And great job everyone tonight. So what's our celebration next week?
Next week is pasta Italiano. We are celebrating, I forgot what the holiday is, but it is Italian. Primavera, I think that's what it's called. Celebration of colors.
Spring, yep.
Yep, celebration of color, spring. So again, we're gonna have some amazing cooks. I already got one that says he's doing an eggplant parmesan. So I can't wait because I love that. That's one of my favorites. So we're gonna have that. So be ready for next week, Italiano. So y'all have a blessed, yep. Y'all have a
Thank
blessed week,
you.
and we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have fun.